Hi guys, I'm Melanie Bajrovic. Let's talk about financing. Can we all agree this is one of the most difficult barriers to entry for most people, right? So I want to shine some light today on what would help you get approved for financing. We all know that you have to jump through hoops to get a mortgage, especially with a conventional lender. So what do they look at, and how can we help our chances of getting a mortgage for our investment properties? One of the main factors for getting a mortgage approved is called debt to income ratio, or DTI. So the DTI is calculated by taking your monthly debt payments and dividing them by your gross income. Example, if you have $3,000 of monthly debt and $4,000 of gross income, you would have a debt to income ratio of 75%. That's your $3,000 in debt divided by your $4,000 in income. It's a very simple equation, but it's not always so simple coming up with the monthly debt and income figures, especially if you own rental properties or if you're self-employed. The DTI will generally be the deciding factor on how large the loan could be for which you'll qualify. The highest payment you can qualify for on a new mortgage would be the payment that pushes you to the maximum debt to income ratio that a lender will allow. So if the lender would allow a 40% debt to income ratio and a $1,000 house payment pushes you to 40%, that would be the highest payment that you're going to be able to qualify for. It's really your monthly income and your monthly debt payments that the banks pay attention to, not just total balances. Now, you might not think that having a $2,000 credit card balance would affect your ability to qualify for a loan. However, $200 a month payments could have a huge impact on how high your mortgage could be. A $200 a month difference in mortgage payments can reduce the amount you qualify for by as much as $40,000. That's huge. So make sure you keep your monthly expenses as low as you can and get rid of any unnecessary ones and lower some of your major ones. Expenses that are included in the debt to income ratio include your minimum credit card payments, any car loans, student loans, other consumer loans, or any other financial obligations you have, such as child support or alimony. And if you're keeping your house, your own mortgage payments and all other housing expenses are going to count here. And the estimated future housing expenses, including your principal, the interest, taxes, insurance, and HOA fees. And of course, your income is going to be your gross monthly salary before taxes, including any bonuses or overtime or any other income you receive, such as alimony or child support, or additional income such as rental property profits and so on. But as I mentioned before, this one's tricky because some lenders won't count in rental income until it shows up on your taxes. And other lenders will count only 75% of your rental income if you're an experienced investor or if your house is leased long-term. Just please note that different banks calculate debt to income ratio differently, so it's best to let your lender calculate the DTI for you, but make sure you double check what they calculated to confirm there are no wrong numbers anywhere. So as this is a really big component of how much of a mortgage we're going to get, how do we go about lowering our debt to income ratios? Because most lenders want to see a debt to income ratio of 45% or lower. If your DTI is higher than this, it's going to be really hard to qualify for a loan. The two options for reducing your debt to income ratio are 1, make more money, or 2, pay off debt. Firstly, my favorite philosophy is always to make more money. The more gross income you have, the higher your DTI will be. And I know it's easier said than done, but increasing your income even by $100, $200 a month could have a significant impact on what you could qualify for. And secondly, reducing debt is another way to improve your DTI. Usually the shortest debts hurt you the most because they have the highest payments. I'm not saying you should always get your longest term possible on debts, but the lower your minimum payments are, the lower your DTI is going to be. And you can always make extra payments if you want to pay off your loans more quickly. In order to get loans on multiple rental properties, you have to know a great bank and convince them that it's a good idea to invest in you. A bank will look at many factors when lending to investors. Most importantly, they want to know that the investor is in a good financial position. If you own 8 properties with little or no equity, that's not a good position to be in. Owning 8 properties with 50% equity, on the other hand, is a great situation to be in, and a bank will be much more willing to give you a loan. If you want to learn about more ways to find financing for your deals and creative ways to invest in properties without using a lot of your own money, click the link below or go to melaniebajrovic.com and see how I can help you on your journey to building wealth.